Good afternoon. And with the volatility of these markets in here and searching for news, I mean, I got to tell you, your head can really spin. And I think what we need to do is we just need to take a step back and try to put some simple strategies in place in here on how to take advantage of this volatility. So we just have three things where you got to really take a look at and to keep marketing simple. One thing what you should do is just set some simple price targets in place. The next thing is make some small cash sales. The greater the volatility, instead of selling 10,000 bushels of corn, maybe only sell 5,000 then at a time. I think the last thing you got to always look at doing is recognize if there's a carry or if it's an inverted market. Right now it doesn't make sense holding old crop when it's worth more than where new crop is in a couple of months. When it comes down to new crop, do you want to price this out for fall delivery because you can't store, or do you have storage and maybe look for January or February delivery? Those are just three simple things to keep in mind. Now, on our tonight's report, we're encouraging everyone to make some sales really across the board. And here's a good reason why. We just look at this push on the corn market back into the 550 to 575 area as a place that we need to reward. Yes, we can have weather show up and get above 575. Then you can make an argument of 6 or 6 and a quarter. But if that weather doesn't show up, we can easily pull back into the 5 and a quarter range. Our thinking moving ahead, especially after that last acreage report, is that we got to look at rewarding rallies to 575, but don't get too bearish if we break back to $5 either. As we move over to beans, and we've had more of a positive bias on beans, supported by the crop ratings, the lower acreage, and then the threatening weather. It just looks to us right now that beans are at a major resistance point in this 1425 area. Either we need to accelerate and we're going to go to 15 bucks, or we can easily pull back to 1350. We're at this area of resistance. Again, our bias is, hey, let's reward with a sale. Flipping over to the wheat market, the first one is September Minneapolis wheat. As you can see, we got the highest trade in all of 2023. We just question on September Minneapolis if we really need to get much above the 9 and a quarter to 950 area. Big resistance up at 975. Again, with harvest just around the corner, reward with a sale. As we look towards KC wheat, that's had a similar breakout as what we've had on Minneapolis, poking above $9. We're just not accelerating though right now. That's a little bit of cautious. That's why we'd like rewarding with a cash sale. Lastly, we have Chicago wheat. Doesn't look nearly as impressive on the charts, and the reason is Chicago wheat has a bit more bearish fundamentals compared to that of both KC and Minneapolis with increasing carryout. Yes, the specs are net short. We've had some short covering the last couple of days in here, but we just question if wheat can really push much above the 775 to $8 area. We don't want to be all doom and gloom in here, okay? But we got to realize where we just went to. And if we're going to move higher from here, we need weather and we need war. These markets are going to stay volatile, just like we can't outguess the weather. We can't outguess what Russia is going to do either. We're just at a point right now, and we've told ourselves all year, don't get too bearish on breaks. Don't get too bullish on rallies. With this rally in here right now, we want to reward. The last thing is, I think when you take a step back on these markets, you got to ask yourself which ones have more bullish potential, which ones have more bearish fundamentals. Purely on weather, it reads to us that beans would be the one to bet on. If you're going to bet on war or politics, you'd bet on wheat. If you're a little bit more negative, you'd probably lean over to the corn side of it. Any questions, concerns, feel free to contact us. Have a great day.